innovation. That is one of the key words in the name of this course, so this is quite important. I will base it mostly on Schilling's book. I will go through some of the most important concepts in that book. And I will also add some other things that I think is important, that is kind of more recent research into the innovation field that is important for you to know about. We will start with some key terms. First, a discovery. What is that? It's not an innovation. It's something else. A discovery is the finding of new facts, relations, and things that are new to mankind. So we're making a distinction here to kind of narrow down what innovation is. We start with discovery. And this discovery has been there all the time. Someone has only discovered it. Then we have an invention. This is the creation of something new. And this is often confused with the concept of innovation. This is something new that is previously not known to mankind and did not exist before its creation. So you did not just discover some new rock or something new that was already there. You actually created something new. That's the difference between discovery and invention. But it can include the discovery of new things or facts. Somehow you discovered something, and out of that you created an invention. Then we have an innovation. This is an invention that is spread. That's the definition we use in this course. It is defined in relation to the social structures and contexts into which they are introduced. Very complicated sentence, but basically what I mean with that is that an invention does not exist in a vacuum. It is going into some kind of social structure and context, and it is spread here. And that could be a smaller social context. It could be within a firm, and it could be within the country or the entire world. But it is this is something that humans use, so it is kind of a part of social structure because humans are involved. An innovation in one context may be well known, or it could be obsolete technology in another. So, according to the first definition that Schumpeter made, Schumpeter was kind of the inventor of the concept innovation. He called it creative destruction. But basically he said that it could be something that was obsolete or was well known in one context, but now it was introduced into an entirely new context, and then it became an innovation here, because it was spread here in perhaps another social setting and perhaps used slightly differently. That was also something we call innovation. But you will find when we talk about innovation, there's some talk about innovation development, where you kind of presuppose that this invention that we are actually creating, because as long as it's not spread, it's an invention, but you assume that it will be spread, so you call it an innovation, and you call it innovation development, even though it's still within the firm. Then we have innovation diffusion. That's another line of research and another way of talking about innovation. That is when you have something that leaves the firm. I'm talking about firms because we will talk about firms here, but it could be something else as well that has created this innovation, but it leaves that context where it was created and is spread. Then it's innovation diffusion. So innovation development and innovation diffusion. We talk about both of these, but really if we look at the definition, then the invention has to be spread before it can be called innovation. A bit complicated, but I think you will manage it anyway. So let's go a little bit deeper. What is innovation? We continue with that question. It is the spread of something new, or it's something that causes significant change somehow. It's a social phenomenon because it is humans who kind of adopt this innovation, who starts using it in some way or is affected by it in some way. Sometimes people are forced to adopt an innovation because perhaps the management team has just decided, well, we're going to use this new IT system regardless of what you think, and then the people are forced to adopt the innovation. So something happens when the innovation is used and is spread into a context. Social things happened, and it's socially embedded, and it may alter the behavioral patterns of users. And when the users are keen to adopt innovation, that is a good thing. But as I have seen, medical doctors are not always that keen on adopting new things, and they might be pissed off that they have to change their behavioral patterns. Then it can also change the rules of the game for an industry and create new economic combinations and conditions. And we will talk more about this later. Disruptive innovation that changes things fundamentally.